Welcome to Childcare Conversations, the podcast where early childhood leaders like you get real-world strategies, honest talk, and a whole lot of support. Whether you're running one center or many, we're here to help you lead with confidence and clarity. This episode is brought to you by our summer partner, Childcare Business Growth, your go-to solution for filling spots, increasing revenue, and scaling your childcare business without the burnout. We're proud to partner with a team that's as committed to your success as we are. Learn more at childcarebusinessgrowth.com. Now, let's get into today's conversation, one we think you're really going to love.
We are so excited. Today we are actually doing a podcast from the Early Childhood Empowerment Conference in Rhode Island. And we have one of our favorite directors on with us today.
And she is Miss Princess Shenette. And we have known her for about a year now. And she is a mover and a shaker in this industry. So if you don't know her, you need to, and we're happy to introduce you.
And we will make sure that all of her contact information is in today's show notes. So with that, Princess, tell us how you ended up in the industry.
Well, it all started, I was in New York City and I was modeling, dancing, singing, just in the entertainment business with my sister. And we came up with rap songs and we rapped with the different entertainers, Bismarck and Houdini and things like that, entertainers like that. So what happened was I got pregnant and had a baby.
But you didn't think that the rap scene was where you wanted to raise that baby.
No, not in that life, in that industry. When I had a baby, I got married, had a baby, and all of a sudden, my life and my dreams have changed. It now geared and shifted to this bundle of joy, like this pregnancy, like, what do I do? What industry am I going to be in? Like, how do I raise this child? Not before even raising a child, what do I do with the pregnancy? So I went to college and I learned about early childhood and elementary. I got so infatuated and fascinated about childcare and about infancy and about just the industry. And I learned everything I can. I went to college for 8 years, opened up my first in-home daycare when my daughter was born. And that was the birth of a whole new life.
Okay, so I have to ask. So I also had one when my son was a newborn.
Mhm.
What other ages did you have? Because I made the mistake of having 4 newborns.
Well, I had my daughter in 1989, and then I had a son, and then I had another daughter, and then I had another son.
No. Like in your childcare, what age groups did you have?
Oh, when I had my daughter, and this whole birth of the childhood industry started, that was in 89, and I had 6 in-home children. So I started an in-home daycare.
What age were they?
6 weeks all the way to 1 and 2.
Okay,
I didn't
so-
want to go over
You
the
had babies
toddler.
too.
Yeah, I
Okay,
had
you had
babies.
too.
Babies
I had
and
babies.
toddlers.
Yeah,
Right.
babies and toddlers. And I didn't want to go past that because I didn't want to go to 3s and 4s. I wanted to learn what was developmentally appropriate, how you raise a baby, what I needed to do, with the infant.
So Carrie, you also had a registered family home. And
Mhm.
did you have that pre-children or?
Yes, it was before I had kids.
Yes,
So mine was infant and toddler only.
yes.
And it was infant toddler only because the center I had worked at, who had a 2-year-long waiting list for a program that was 2 years.
Mhm.
So the semester you turned 2, you had to leave,
Right.
and their waiting list was 2 years long. So there were people on that waiting list who were never going to get a spot. And so I was like, well, I can take some of those kids. I'd been working at the school for a number of years by that point, and the director
Right.
was like, great, I will send you the best candidates off of the wait list.
Mhm.
And then I got pregnant while running a registered family home,
Exactly.
and I was like, there's no maternity leave.
Right.
in
Right.
registered family home. And so I went back to working at my infant toddler program so that I could have some maternity leave and so that my infant would have a quality program to go to, because if you worked there, you got to jump the waiting list.
Right.
'Cause it
Right.
and I knew it was a really high quality program, accredited and all of that. And, then when I got pregnant with that child was about to age out,
Mhm.
I was also pregnant with my second child, and I'm like, well, all the places I got on the waiting list for child number one still haven't called me in 2 years.
Yes.
And she needs someplace to go in like 6 months. And I'm pregnant with child number two. I
Right.
guess I'm opening my school now.
Exactly. And that's
So-
what I did. I had my first daughter, 89, and then I had my son and then my other daughter, and it was no going nowhere else. By that time, by 3 years of having the first three children, I had already learned. I was already in college, early childhood, got my degree in early childhood education. And by that time, I was so thrilled and intrigued by making so much money in the house that I didn't believe it. I was making thousands of dollars just, and back then it was babysitting. So I was babysitting people, kids, and I was watching them and I was taking care of them. But the more I learned, the more I knew that I was a child care professional, the more I knew I was an educator. So by then, after 3, 4 years after the fourth child, I'm like, okay, well, hey, I'm gonna open up a group home daycare. So back then they had group home daycares where you can have 18 children. So I went from 6 children, full capacity, and everybody in the neighborhood, they always wanted to bring their kids with me, my energy, my personality. And I didn't want to take my children to any other daycare. So getting another job was not even an option. And after that, I said, well, hey, I'm in this industry. I'm full blown in the childcare industry. And after the fourth kid, I was like, okay, now I'm gonna open up a daycare center. And then from then all the way up until now, made millions in this industry. Wrote books in this industry on building a childcare empire. Got a new book coming out, the 100-Yard Childcare Center Playbook. But this has taught me a lot. It has, I was able to live my dreams through childcare. I was able to raise my children myself in my home and also take care of other people's children too, because I didn't know what that looked like. When I was 18, I was modeling. I was, in the entertainment and fashion industry. So coming to childcare and learning children became my life, my love. Now, today, I have so many children that think I'm Beyonce. They'd be like, you're the second Beyonce. I mean, that's what literally, and they come up to me and they say, you're a princess. I want to be like you when I grow up, and coming from back then, rapping, now I made up my own school theme song. So we rap, we have a rap song, and we have core values now. But I would have never thought that I would live the life that I'm living, because when I was young, even before kids, I used to always wanted to be a teacher. I didn't know I was going to be a daycare owner, like a millionaire, and venture into collaboration of all of these businesses and a conglomerate of businesses, all through childcare. Like I'm living my dreams today through childcare.
Okay, so if somebody is listening to this podcast and they're thinking, yeah, sure, right, whatever. What do you mean by living your dream? I think that I'd love to hear you tell somebody what that should look like or how they can figure out what their dream is.
Well, I'll tell you like this. I'm able to provide financial freedom to my whole family because of me getting into the industry of childcare. My sister owns her daycares. My other sister owns daycares. We have daycare centers in South Carolina, North Carolina, New York. Everybody got into the industry and became millionaires in this industry. And what that looks like is me able to buy my own home and to buy my children homes, to have ownership, to own land, to virtue off and buy properties.
Okay, but here's the secret that I think is really, really cool. I think a little birdie told me, don't like your grandchildren have kind of like you're leaving a legacy for
I'm leaving a legacy for my children's children. And my grandchildren come up to me and say, each one of them, I have 11 grandchildren, and each one of my grandchildren are picking daycares that they want. So Alicia is like, Princess, the Cedar Crest location is mine. And Kaylee Shenette is like, well, the Kennesaw location is mine. And they're now telling children, and the fascinating thing about this is my children, my grandchildren are telling children, their peers in class, do you want to open up a daycare? Like my Princess Mimi can help you open up a daycare. Like they're advertising for me.
Mimi.
Princess Mimi.
That is my favorite. Okay, my favorite.
They're literally telling my Princess Mimi can open up a daycare for you. And then to see my sons coming from the NFL, from football into childcare. Like that correlation with the football and the childcare, he hurt himself, unfortunately, and he wasn't able to play football no more. But now he's in the childcare industry, and it's something he always wanted. He always wanted a Boys and Girls Club. Now he has his own Boys and Girls Club. And then my other son, that's a rapper, I never would have thought he would have been in childcare. He's the executive marketing director over all 7 of the schools. So I mean, I'm proud to be the mom that is leaving a legacy for my children's children. I'm a proud mom to be able to buy any kind of car they want to drive or travel to any kind of country, any country that they want to travel to. And then to bring that experience back into my childcare, to be an international school, to travel to all these countries and bring that culture back inside my facility and tell children that they can dream, they can live their dream.
And are most of the kids who are at your center, are they ones who the society would expect them to be interested in traveling around the world? Or are they families that maybe they're not going to get to ride in an airplane until they're 10 or 15 or 35?
Exactly. Most of my children in my schools have never even thought of riding in a helicopter. I literally had a business partner that owned a helicopter that came to my school, and we all rode all around Kennesaw, Georgia in a helicopter. I mean, that's unheard of in childcare anyway. No childcare center has ever had a helicopter at their school, and they're riding everybody around in a helicopter. Or taking the children to different countries, going to Africa and going to Italy and going to Germany. Like we literally take our teachers and our children to around the world, different countries. So we're just like, it's just that not only am I living my dream, but they're living their dream. And I'm teaching them that the possibilities are endless. You can travel the world and you can become a millionaire in childcare and you can live your dreams through childcare. Now, is it all easy? No, it's not easy work. No, it was
No.
not easy.
I think if they thought it was easy, they would not.
It was not easy. I promise y'all, I literally was living in an apartment and couldn't even afford to pay my rent. I couldn't afford to take care of my children. I was a single mom, with these children growing up. And we strived to be the best. We prayed every single day. We put God first, and we just never gave up. I'm a go-getter. I refuse to give up. Not even now. A TV show coming out, I'm not going to give up because I want to change lives. I want to make a difference in a child's life. I want people around me, my friends, my family, my colleagues, my students, my staff, and my parents, my community, to be able to live their dreams. And anything I can help with that, and any milestones or any stepping stones, anything I can do to make those dreams come true, I'm here.
Okay, my brain just took a complete left turn.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, at your schools, when your son was playing professional ball,
Yes.
were the kids paying more attention to football because their princess's son was playing football?
Yes, all the children wanted to be football players, and everybody looked up to him because he did a lot of charity work. Like everybody was like, Derek Lott, what is he doing now? Like they say, where in the world is Princess? Back then it was Derek Lott. He, played football, but he also did a lot of charity work. He also worked with autistic children. He also did handicapped children. Like he was always volunteering. He was always giving back to the community. And I instilled that in him years ago when he was raised up. And now that's what I do today. And that's what our daycare do. We give back to Must Ministries. We give back to, Goodwill. We give back to all these places for the children, even paying for them for college or helping them fill out college applications. That's what Derek Lott does now. He volunteers at North Cobb in Kennesaw. He's a football coach now because he's not playing, running a daycare center and also helping students fill out college applications. So that's part of what we do, giving back. Mhm.
I mean, because kids need, it's that whole, if they can see it, they can be it.
They can believe it.
And
Mhm.
knowing, okay, I could be like Princess, I could be like Princess's son, or, it is different seeing it on TV than seeing it in a way that they can physically touch it.
Oh, yeah, he
They can
comes to
touch
the
you, they can
daycare.
hug you.
Yeah, yes, and he will sign footballs for the children. And I have so many students literally that want to be football players. No,
Okay, so how many of your parents and the kids actually know how many different types of businesses you currently own or have owned? And do you ever like, so in childcare, there's the dramatic play.
right, yes.
I'm sure there's probably more than one crown because everybody wants to be princess, right? But do we have, I own a trucking company.
Right, and I own a
And
boutique
I
and
own a boutique.
Mhm.
And do you have all those stations set up in your?
yeah, because I do career day. So not only I do career day in high schools and my granddaughter,
Okay,
sometimes she
how many
loves it.
hats can you wear at career day, sweetheart?
Oh, I do.
Oh my God.
I'm the
Decision, right?
boutique owner today.
The first-
I'm the truck driver owner today. I have a trucking company today. But I do those props and I tell the children that you can be whatever you want to be. It's mindset.
Mhm.
Put your mind to it, go after it, and you can be whatever you want to be. So I tell the children, after school children, and even summer camp, I'm doing a phenomenal summer camp program this summer. And I'm gonna let the children know that you can have a trucking business, you can have a boutique, you can have a salon suites, you can have a barber shop. Have you ever thought about cutting hair? You could be the barber to the stars, you know, if you want to be barber to the stars. I know a guy in Buffalo, New York, he's the barber to the stars, you know, and he cut all celebrities' hair and other people too, but he's known for that. He's the Malek of Buffalo, you know, electricity of Buffalo. And then I have, you know, boutique owners like, you know, Mama D and all of them, they would come to my, you know, salon. And I have other entertainers and celebrities. They'll come to my, you know, salon suites, or they'll come to my boutique, you know, and I give back though. Like, my daycare parents, I give them clothes. I let them come into the boutique and pick out whatever they want to. The staff, I let them come to my boutique and they can get outfits to wear and different things like that. So, or I'll bring some of my boutique stuff to my staff meeting and say, all right, have at it. Y'all did a real good job. So it's not all about just giving them, you know, money at times, not, you know, monetary. I'll give them gifts. And some of my gifts may be stuff out of the boutique or stuff, or just helping them open up their own business. How would you like to sit with Princess? And I will teach you the ropes and everything you need to know, strategic plans and strategies on opening up your own business. I've helped quite a few parents at my daycare center open up their business. They are now in business today.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I think that is just fascinating.
Yeah, I love it.
So-
I love my life. I love my this childcare industry. I love giving back, and I want to continue that success. I want to continue.
Well, I think you've got a good road ahead of you, and I know you've also started thinking about your retirement plan and all
Yes.
of the transitions, and I know that that's kind of one of the things in the front of your mind now is setting everybody up for the next stage of those businesses. And
For Germany, opening up a daycare center in Germany.
yeah.
Where I was born and on base on Frankfurt, Germany. I'm gonna open up a daycare there, and that will be the last daycare that I open up will be in Frankfurt, Germany. And I plan on
The
traveling there.
last one that you own.
The last one that I own.
That is planned right now.
Right.
I have a mother who retired 3 times.
Right.
So
Right, exactly.
I'm
So,
familiar with retirement plans. They don't
Mhm.
always work out. She got another business idea and another business idea.
and opened up another business, but I plan on retiring in 5 years and I'm giving it all to my children, my children's children. So I'm building generational wealth.
Yeah.
And that's not just in childcare. You have to have other streams of income and properties and investment properties and real estate. So we have real estate too.
Well,
Mhm.
Well, I think that this episode has been pretty inspiring to people who are in a home-based program right now.
Mhm.
And we're not saying you have to stop being a home-based program.
That's
If you
right.
are happy where you are, stay where you are.
Yes,
We're
stay
not
where you
trying to
are.
Kick you out. But if you are in a home-based program and you think you've got princess potential,
Yes.
then
You want to expand.
then you want to expand to a bigger program. We've definitely sort of shown you what where the road is. And again, we'll have some of Princess's contact information in the show notes, or
Yes.
as I call it,
Ooh,
the
can-
doobly-doo.
Can we have book links too?
Oh, book
Well,
links, book links,
Maybe
book links,
to one or two of Princess's books.
book links.
You think people would
Yay.
want to see Princess's books?
I think so.
Okay, well, we'll
right.
put those in there as well.
Yes.
And we hope to see you next week. And Kate, do you want to do the honors?
Oh, you're gonna make me do it this time? That means I have to remember. If you liked the show, share with those you think should know.
Yes.
There you go. And
If
we
you
will
like
talk
the
to
show,
you.
share with those you think will know.
There we go. And we will talk to you next week.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in. We love bringing you real talk and fresh insight from the world of early childhood education. Be sure to follow us on social media to stay connected and catch all of the latest episodes. And if you're planning a conference, training, or special event, Kate and Carrie would love to speak to your audience. You can learn more about their keynote sessions and workshops at kateandcarrie.com. If you learned something today, share the show and leave us a review below. We'll see you next time on Childcare Conversations.